Welcome to this video on the Zenwar channel. My name is Sri Satguru, Buddha Rawa Bhagwan. Today's video we will talk about the saints. So who are the saints? In many cultures and traditions we have the concept of the saint, which means they are an integral part of the spiritual functioning of that spiritual system which exists in those traditions, religions, beliefs, cultures, which means they are the different iterations of a concept which spreads around the earth. And other places have their saints as well. So for example, in the Catholic tradition, which is the tradition that I was born in, there are saints, right? Many different saints, and it is the functioning of that tradition where one can pray to God and should pray to God, but one may also go towards the saints who individually represent different facets of the marvel of God and can assist one in one's life for all those little things that one would go to God to, and God kind of designates those saints to be in charge of certain responsibilities on his behalf. So it's very interesting, the saints. The saints are known often to have an aureole around their head, right? There is the concept of the aureole, a shining bright aureole, and it's usually a golden colored or other colors and used in different contexts. And the saint is a being that is close to God, that God has basically blessed in a way to be close to God. And the saints exist in many different traditions. They have the concept of the saint, which is found in different traditions. And the saints from one tradition to another are different in their appearance, their ways of belief and acting and doing different things. But they aspire and are part of the same category which is found within different cultures and religions of what is called a saint. Okay. So the saints are recognized in different ways. So they are recognized by the organizations of that religion or culture and tradition, and added to by that organization, which basically means that they are added to worship or protect or do different things by the people who are part of the culture that is organized or less organized as a culture, right? So depending on the level of organization of that religion and centralization of that religion and its decision, which is then either communicated down to everyone who belongs to that religion, or, there's some religions which are more individualistic as well, right, in their practice and approach and way of belief and alteration and transformation of that belief and evolution in time, versus some which have a more centralized and centralized approach of teaching as well, more formalized. So there's some approaches which are more formalized and less formalized. So the saint is a concept that we find in different cultures and religions, and there are actually different Vidya associated to the saints, right? So there's the formalization of a saint, but there is also the creation of a saint. So when someone is a real saint, right, there's a Vidya associated to the saint. So the saint becomes aware and empowered in that Vidya. So a Vidya is a view, so a spiritual view of the becoming of a saint, right? Of the knowledge of the systems of the saint, right? So the saint gets that Vidya, right, that experience of becoming a saint in that culture, in that tradition, right? So a saint is a category, right? A saint belongs to a specific vidya, right, of sainthood associated to that circle shape of the aureole, right? Now, the saint is, when you get into more deep knowledge of the saint, the hand represents the saint as well, right? The hand of the individual represents the element of sainthood, right? The body of the individual, right? The power of the hand of the saint, right? So when you talk about the vidya of the saint, it is often associated to main vidya in different cultures of sainthood. So they are made saint in different ways, right? So for example, the aureole of the saint of Sikhism, okay, you can say it's Sikhism or different ways of calling the seekers of Sikhism, and I call it Sikhism because I want to be as close as possible to the truth of the Sikh and the Sikh Satguru and the Sikh gurus, and they are the Sikh gurus and Satgurus of the Sikh channel, right? In an experience where you are in the chair and you have the video and the screen and you are looking at all the entertainments and everything passing by, and you try to find the channel of the guru and the Satguru. And once you have found that channel, you stay on that channel and you hold on to that channel and you subscribe to that channel and you follow the Sikh Satguru. And the Sikh Satguru and the Sikh dress in the way that they dress with the turbans, all that, because the Sikh Satguru appears on the channel and has that appearance. And that's how you recognize the Sikh Satguru. In the modern day, modern gurus, Satgurus like myself, we take certain liberties, for sake of convenience and saving 5 minutes in the morning. But let me tell you, I have my appearance as a Sikh Satguru on the Sikh Satguru channel. Okay? So the Sikh saint is made in a different way. And when you get the vidya of the Sikh saint, right, you get the experience of the window of the saint on the row of the saints of that culture. And it is manifested in the form of a bracelet, which covers and is the aureole over the hand. And the bracelet represents the sainthood. And there are different colors of bracelets and types of bracelets depending on the culture. So for example, there is the golden bracelet of sainthood of the Catholic religion. Okay? Like there is the steel bracelet of sainthood of the Sikh faith. So the different faiths have their different manifestations of the saint. And this is the representation of the aureole. So if you flip it like this, right, it goes down like that, right, on the wrist, and it makes like an aureole above the hand, which represents the body and the head, the wrist. So it is the image of sainthood. So I have the vidya of the image of sainthood of the Catholic religion and the vidya of the Sikh religion, right? And there are many different vidyas depending on the faith and culture. So the saint has its vidyas, its views associated to the saint, and the saint experiences the view of becoming a saint and the vidya that is given to them of now being part of that row of saint symbols for that religion, right? So this is the view of the saints. So the saints have their representation in all the main religions and traditions of our world. And they manifest in different ways in the different cultures and traditions of the world. And they are together part of the beauty of the diversity of culture and tradition and religion and of God himself, who splits himself into creation and reintegrates with creation in a balance of life and the expansion and contraction of the equation of time and space. So there are different saints in different cultures and religions. And there are different ways of recognizing the culture and the religion and the saints of the religion and the culture, and adding to the beliefs of that culture and religion. So saints are known for different things that people go to them for, right? But essentially, becoming a saint of religion means you become someone that people in that religion go to for help and assistance. You become saintly, you become divine, you become holy in that way, right? And when you get that Vidya of the saints, that Vidya of the experience, and I got the Vidya of the, like I explained to you, the Catholic religion, the golden bracelet, and the Sikh religion, the steel bracelet. So there are different religions, and obviously I'm giving you this experience and you understand, as the Ishwara avatar and all these different things, I have all the Vidyas. But specifically, saint of those two religions. So it's a very interesting thing, the sainthood Vidyas, because they are gifted to the ones who become the saints. As they join in their place above on the row of holy and divinized individuals and beings who have grown in God, who have become holy, who have become a part of that religion, right? So this is the information about the saints. And the saints have the abilities that they're prescribed to, and they help humanity, working for humanity, even after death, right? They continue to exist as parts of that religion and that faith, as they were made in that way, through the religion and the faith, which is the will of God, right? And they work and are granted responsibilities in creation to help people and oversee processes of the system and creation, the program in which we exist. And they develop in different ways, different levels, and become devatas and are just saints. And there are so many different types: yogi saints, Christian saints, so many different types of saints, Buddhist saints. There's so many different types, and I have the Buddhist saint as well, which is a different type. There are many different types of bracelets. So there's the jade bracelet, there's the gold bracelet, there's the steel bracelet, all the different bracelets. So I have all these Vidyas, right? Because I created this system, this story, right? And I'm sainted obviously in all the religions because I'm a central figure in all the religions. But there is the Vidya of the saints. Okay, and they are gifted to the people who become the saints. So there's a tradition, for example, in the religion of Sikhism, where they say that you become part of the saintly people when you wear the kara, because it means that you get your aureole, right? And even though you might not yet be a saint of the religion, it means you have taken the step of having the process to become a saint of the religion. You have taken on your aureole, and now you have to grow into it, right? Which is one of the reasons too that the kara is given at the beginning of a Sikh's life and journey in Sikhism, so that he may grow into it, that she may grow into it, right? Grow into the sainthood and the company of the saints. So there is the tradition of the saints in all the religions and cultures of the world, and they manifest in different ways. I also have the jade one, yes, of course, right? So there are many different saints in the religion of the world, and these saints bring balance and advancement to society. They balance life. They bring the miracles that bring life forward. Right? Because we need miracles in our lives. We really do. Life is tough and we need those miracles. And the saints and all the Buddhas and Shris and all the beings of power that are good and empowered in the system. And we're not talking about the ones that are leeching off things. We're talking about the ones that are living in the light of God. They work hard for everyone's benefit. It's a tough life being a being of power, because if you take your responsibility seriously, it means that you've got to do what you can to maintain the order of God, right? Maintain the Dharma, all right? Maintain the Tej, maintain all the stories that together are allied, all the enlightened ones that have allied on the vibrationary field of enlightenment, where all the enlightened symbols exist, right? In all the realms of heaven, the alliance. So there should be alliance here as well, on Earth and in all lands and planets, right? Because we can do better together. This is true. It's easy to criticize the order of things, but it's not difficult to it's not easy to maintain system efficiency and cohesion in a computer system with many, many moving parts. So it's easy to criticize the gods and the way they do their work when maybe you have a little bit less power than them, you aspire to be like them, or you want, or you have resentments maybe. But remember that all this is for the best. And we're all meant to have a fairy tale story that is beautiful and wondrous and has beautiful moments. So we have to let ourselves have that story. I'm going to end this video on that note. May you always stay in the light of God.